Good morning and base morning to you devs and builders on base. Today we're going to go a little bit deeper on the Paymaster, specifically setting policies for your Paymaster. Let's dive into the agenda. Before we jump into things, we're going to show you where you can get help with any questions, whether it's with this video tutorial or general questions on Base or the Coinbase developer platform. Go over a refresher of the Paymaster. We'll talk about policies, and then we'll get our hands dirty with a hands-on tutorial. So if that sounds good, buckle up and let's get started. So a few resources that you can utilize to get some help would be the Base Tutorials site. This is on base.org. We have tens of tutorials on across various things, account abstraction, paymasters, smart wallets, you name it, it's there. And we also have a Discord for the Coinbase developer platform. And you can also have, if you have any questions, you can ask me on Twitter there as well. So let's get a refresher on paymasters. So paymasters allow developers to abstract away the concept of gas from their app and from their users, allowing these users to easily sign up and just start using the app. And this helps with not only onboarding, but retaining those users and having them come back and continuing to use their application. As you can see in this little widget here, this is a example of a gas sponsorship. And in the future, all on-chain applications will be gasless and sponsored by someone, right? The next time you buy tickets to a sporting event where you will be minting your ticket, it's going to be sponsored by the NBA, the NFL, Ticketmaster, or someone who is sponsoring the event, and you will not have this concept of gas, and you'll just be using the application. And that is the future of on-chain applications. They should just work, and you shouldn't feel any friction while using them. Now, all that's cool, but why? Like, why though? Why should I set policies? Why should I use a paymaster? Well, for the first reason, it helps with security. You only sponsor contracts and functions and transactions that you set in your policies. This gives you control over not only the amounts of people who can mint, the number of wallets, the number of operations you sponsor, but also the budget for your sponsorship. This also leads to a fair use of your application. So there's no abuse and people sort of farming and making the user experience horrible for others. And all of these things make it and your application extremely based. All right. So right now I am on the Base Learn homepage, and Base Learn is a online asynchronous learning platform for you to learn everything there is to know about building on Base. It starts with learning what is Ethereum, and then it gets really deep and really hands-on, and it really should be a place for any developer who's looking to get hands-on with Base and really understand the ins and outs of how Base operates. The tutorial we'll be using or looking up is, let's see, I'll type in account abstraction, gases, here we go. We'll be using the gases transactions on Base using a Paymaster. Cool. So let's hop over to the CDP portal and go to on-chain tools, go into the Paymaster section. And again, there's docs, there's the Discord channel, hop in there, ask your questions. We'll be happy to help you. Um, let's go to our configuration. And so in our last video, we allow listed a smart contract with this address. It's an NFT contract. We named it the coolest NFT there is, and we allow listed the mint2 address, or the mint2 function, which takes an address as a parameter. Now, this uh, alone set us up for only sponsoring transactions on contracts that we have allow listed, right? This is getting us closer to more control over how we want our paymaster to function. And this is a really good first step. Now, before I talk about global limits, I want to first mention that you can allow list multiple contracts here and multiple functions for that contract. And so you can imagine a world where you may have 5 or 10 contracts within a particular project in the Coinbase platform, and you would like to set a specific dollar amount to cover all of your contracts. Maybe it's, you have multiple contracts within your application and you like to set a limit for all of these. Now, the per user limits is exactly what it sounds like. It's per user, per address, per smart wallet that you want to set limits around. And you can do that by setting a dollar amount or a number of user operations. You can also go a step further and include a limit cycle. And this is really awesome because you can have these limits reset daily, weekly, or monthly, and of course, none at all. And so, where this comes in handy is if you would like to allow your users to use your application for a specific number of transactions or amount of a dollar amount. What this really translates to is kind of like a free trial in a sense of like they'll come in every week, every day, every month, and they'll use up some usage and then come back again, and start using the app. But it at least allows them to use your application without having to worry about gas. And once once they actually like your application, they'll come back and use it some more. So now let's start by setting our first couple limits. I want to change the per user limit to a maximum of 10 cents and the maximum number of user operations to 1. Let's do 2 and hit save. Awesome. So for every user, I will sponsor 2 user operations with a max of 10 cents of sponsorship. And then for my global limit, I want to set this to about 25 cents, right? And then hit save. Awesome. So you can see that dynamically updates as well. Sweet. We've set our global limit to 25 cents. I will sponsor every user for up to 2 user operations and a maximum of 10 cents. I won't refresh the limit cycle, so it's kind of like 2 and done or 10 cents and done. Now let's jump into the code and see how this actually works. Okay, last time when we sponsored our first user transaction, we essentially just set up this script in order to define our target contract, define the endpoints that we will be interacting with from the base network, as well as creating a smart account, paymaster, and the client on behalf of that account. What I want to do is actually wrap this I want to wrap this in a async function called main. Oops, async function main. Throw all of that in there, and then I'll call main down here. Awesome. And what I also want to do is I want to create a fresh new account, cast wallet new, and this is going to create a new private key pair for me. Essentially allowing me to create a new smart account. I'll go ahead and hit save, and now I have a smart account that will be created. So I also want to create another smart account, and we'll call this simple account 2. And let's go ahead and just create that new wallet as well and take that private key here and paste it. Because what I'm trying to do is essentially create 2 users that will be minting this NFT. And so we kind of want to make sure that we also create a client for the second account as well. This should be simple account 2, and this is going to be smart account client 2. All right, let me just make sure everything looks good. Account, base, same paymaster, cool. So essentially it's like smart account 1 and then smart account 2. And we want to then create another function to send the transaction from the second account here, and then smart account client 2. Awesome. And then this is going to be smart account client 2. Sweet. And then we can call this function down here. Great. But for now, I'm going to comment that out. Awesome. And let's just do this. So transaction successfully sponsored for account number 2. Awesome. Just so we know the difference. For account number 1. Awesome. That way we know which account is errored out and which one is successful. Okay, sweet. And then error sending transaction from account 1 from account 2. Awesome. Cool. So let's send our first transaction from account 1. Let's run our main function. Let's clear this. We're now going to run the script that will mint this NFT to the first smart account. So let's run node index.js. Awesome. So we got our first transaction sponsored. Let's go back to the configuration page, refresh, and we'll see there that was about a penny. And we have 2 user operations. So let's go ahead and go back and try to run it one more time from account number 1. Awesome. This is successful. So this is our second transaction from account number 1. Okay. So if I run this script again, I should get an error. There we go. So there's a lot going on in this error message, but the key thing that you want to read is the message here, which is rejected due to the maximum per address transaction count reached. Awesome. This is a good thing. And if we look at this error code, it will also match what is in the documentation. So if we go back really quickly, go to our docs, we'll also see that their error is here. So request denied. This may be due to the gas policy you configured in the Paymaster page. Check the values in your gas policy. Awesome. So now let's do account number 2. And this should be successful. So let me hit save. I'll clear this again. And we will run. Awesome. Account number 2 has been sponsored. Let's go to our configuration, and we'll see that we are approaching our global limit of 25 cents. Here's what I want to do. I want to actually reduce the maximum USD to about 8 cents, and I'm going to reduce this to about 10 cents, just so that we can hit it in time. Let me increase the number of max user operations to about 10, and then hit save. Awesome. Updated our policy to be 10 cents globally, 8 cents, maximum 8 cents per user. and we've updated our number of user operations per user to 10 because we want to now try to hit our global limit. So let's do this. Um, Let us now run it from both accounts, and let's run this one twice and just see what happens in this transaction. So we'll run script again. Awesome. Account number one is successfully sponsored. Account two was sponsored. Okay, let's run it again. Oh, I didn't save. I'm sorry. Save your file, people. All right, let's run it again. Okay, account number one again. Account number two. Oh, and we reached our max global limit. This is awesome. This means that we will not be sponsoring transactions over our limit. This is a good thing. We can stay within budget and we are preventing abuse of our system and our paymaster and our application. This is awesome.